My beloved listeners, I've been saying this very often that I think I'm getting too old for this kind of interviews. So I have tried to stop, but it seems that my audience are asking for more and more and more, which indicates that whatever I talk about make a lot of sense and people love listening to me. And I'm so thankful for all of you, that there are millions of people around who are doing this kind of interviews, and you're asking me to come to the air all the time to give my opinion of certain issues that create some wonders or misunderstanding of what this whole system is about. So I'm here, possibly this is my last one, possibly, I hope. But the main reason why I'm here is that I have noticed, and if you go to internet and you check police arrests and the crime rate that is currently going on in Ghana, the volume has reached a certain level that makes people wonder why. Why do we have so much crime, criminal activities going on in the country? It has been brought to my knowledge that most of these criminals are foreigners. I didn't want to believe this, but if you do a little checkup on police arrests in most cities in Ghana, Accra, Kumasi, Tamale, and Upper Side, including even the coastal side, Takoradi, most of the crimes going on there are committed by foreigners. I believe most of them are from upper part of Ghana, Nigeria, and the neighboring countries. Mali is also one of them. All the adjoining countries that are on Ghana borders, meaning that the immigration officers in these areas are not doing their jobs, or the new arrivals find a way to pass through some other channels to avoid being arrested or being stopped at the immigration office and the police. I didn't want to believe this, but if you look at it closely, there is some element of truth. What they call armed robbery, or there's a term for this, and I forgot. Some people use knife, guns, sticks, stones in the night, in the corners, and it's always about 2, 3, or 4 people surrounding one person in a secret place or even in an open place. Kejetia, for example, certain things like this do happen. And they find a way to be successful, run away, steal people's money, pocket, wallets, handbags, and just get away with it. Now, the reason why I'm getting involved in this area is that it's getting out of control. Like many things in Ghana now, it seems people in authority are refusing to do their jobs. Or they're trying, but they're not succeeding. It's not just this area. Many areas of Ghana now, everywhere you stretch your eyes to, you see a problem. And I think it's all because of lack of discipline in the system, lack of control. Responsible people are being appointed, they are paid monthly to do jobs. And because there's no discipline, they don't do their jobs. Even though they are paid every month salary to protect us, to guide us, to perform their duties in specific stations or areas. But if they don't perform, nobody punishes them. There's no discipline in the system. Discipline is the one key that can prevent these so-called foreigners who come here to do criminal activities can be stopped. If we're able to catch about 10 or 3 people, put them in the serious jail term, or sentence them to death if they kill somebody, it will scare others from getting involved in those areas. And I know they are coming here to Ghana because their countries are facing the same thing. The leaders in these neighboring countries are not doing their jobs. The politicians in Ivory Coast, in Guinea, Mali, Togoland, name it, all the neighboring black countries, neighboring Ghana, countries around Ghana, the leaders are doing the same thing as our leaders are doing. They are all blacks. They are leaders for themselves. They don't lead us to progress. They don't protect us in anything. They just get paid for doing nothing. And when I hear this, I think I should drum it. Hopefully these people in charge of our security and protection will watch it and be alert to do their jobs because they are paid for it. Every month they get salary. Even though salaries may not be enough, but they are paid by the state to do a specifically defined job of security, protection, and so forth, but they don't do it. And nobody punishes them. It is happening in Ghana and in all the neighboring countries, including even Nigeria. I believe there are more than 5 million Nigerians, especially among the youth, in Ghana now, with no profession. They're just here to do criminal work because the police cannot get them. Even when police get them, just give a little money to the police, they just let them go. Why should we allow foreigners to come to do all these mischievous things in Ghana? They can't live in their own country. They come here. They don't want to live normal life. Just do whatever they want because the police is not doing anything. So, please, my dear listeners, my concern is the safety of the public and progress of the public. We must find a way to let people fear any act which is not helpful to people. We have to punish people seriously. Seriously punish people as a deterrent to any possible person who will attempt to do exact same criminal act. Unfortunately, our senior officers or politicians and MPs and assemblymen, they're all doing wrong things. They're all doing wrong things because they can do it and go free. So if any foreigner comes here and do anything wrong, how should you expect them to behave? Foreigners come here to do evil things, they don't care. They don't care. We must show concern that we are humans. We are here together. You know, we have to behave like humans. It's so sad that sometimes I wonder why. Especially, I have lived in overseas. For a short time, I spent 35 years in overseas. 24 years in America and 11 years in London. Making 35 in total. And I went through Europe. Americas, I know Americas very well. And I've had all these experiences. But if you compare them to us here in Africa, especially black countries in Africa, we don't behave like humans. We don't. And the few who call themselves learned people, people who have studied to a tertiary level, university level with degrees and masters and PhDs, if you study their behavior, you see that they only have these qualifications. They fail to practice or put them in practice to see that there's peace and harmony and progress in a country. But they are so proud to show off that they have these certificates. Or maybe the system is such that they cannot operate effectively with their qualifications. There's something really, really wrong with black people, you know, in general. There's something really, really wrong. It's very, very serious that we should have a group of leaders or some leaders, black leaders in Africa here, to show responsibility, to show that they are in charge, to show that they can discipline any person that abuses the right or the rules. We have to show something. Just a few days ago, in fact, it's just yesterday, Ghana Parliament has been dissolved indefinitely by the Speaker. It's all because parliamentary procedure and practices, which is determined by the Constitution, has now been shifted to the judicial side of the system. The parliamentarians consist of majority and the minority. 4 people have been out of their party system. They are out of the majority side, making the majority a minority. And in fact, making the minority the majority. And if the Speaker of the National Assembly steps in and uses the procedure, the normal procedure, the party MPP people have sent this to Supreme Court. This has nothing to do with judicial system. It is parliamentary procedural system, which the Constitution states clearly what Parliament should do, what the Speaker of the National Assembly should do. Why should this be in the High Court? Why should court interfere with parliamentary duties? Why Ghana? And this is not only Ghana. Go to other areas in Africa, Nigeria, Senegal, Mali, all of them. The leaders are doing anything that favors them, regardless of the rules. Africans, what is wrong with us? Black people. Please let us control ourselves so that the youth can grow to become responsible adults and stay in their own country to perform. We have land. rich land, resources abound everywhere in black countries. But instead of the seniors, instead of the leaders, making us put our mind on our resources to exploit the land for our own benefit, they just ignore it and allow even the foreigners, the rich millionaires to come in to take care of our land, our rivers and everything. There's something really wrong with us. Something must be done. And all these criminals who travel from their own countries to Ghana know that their leaders are doing nothing. So if they come to Ghana, they know they can survive, they can do any wicked thing and survive. Otherwise, they cannot come. There's something pushing them out from their country. Not necessarily pulling them from their country to us, pushing them to us. Already we have our own problems. And all these problems can be sourced from bad leadership. Bad leadership. Any person that becomes a leader from the next election, please don't be just a party person. We put our thumb to elect you to come to help us, to come to see that our resources are put into effective use to make life better for us. Please don't come and allow yourself to be dictated to by the party. The party nominates you to us. We vote you because we think you can do something for us. Don't come and listen to the party. Listen to what we say, what we need. We are suffering from every angle. Every angle. As we're speaking now, for 5 days now, Abreport area, we don't have water. 5 days. No water. Go to other places like Ifigasi. 5 days, no electricity. And these are the only two places I know. This is happening everywhere in Ghana. And not just Ghana, go to other African countries, black countries. Why this? Are we humans? Please, let's put the brain to work. We need to feed ourselves properly, to make us real humans. We are suffering because leaders are not leading us. They're just leading themselves. They don't care about whatever happens to the populace. They just do anything they want. Yeah, you know, one thing comes to mind. In my own house, there has been some burglars or thieves in my house here in Kumasi. They managed to climb the wall, the electrified cable on the wall. They cut the cable, the wire, and put a ladder and came to the house and managed, this is a story building, managed to go through the window, my bathroom window, upstairs, and went to my wife's room and stole a whole lot of things. Thieves in my house in Ifigasi too. A guy from North, I don't know if he's a Northerner or one of the foreign countries, but his parents took him away. He came to my house. There's a camera in front of the house. This boy came there 11:15. He came back again at 1:30, 11:15 p.m. He came back again at 1:30 a.m. And finally, 3 a.m. and came to pull the camera. And because his image was captured by the camera, I was able to report the case to the police at Ifigasi. They saw the picture, all my cameras. I can see whatever is going on my phone, everywhere I am, even when I'm in overseas. I can see everything that's going on around my house. So I sent the picture on my phone to the police, and they were able to tell who that guy is. They went there. Within 20 minutes, they brought this guy at the police station. And I look at his face, and I show him his picture on my phone. I ask him, do you know who this is? I was going to kill this guy at the police station, but the police prevented me from doing any action against the guy. Finally, we took the guy to court. And the judge said, this is not the first time this guy has been to his court. So the judge advised me that the guy thinks he's crazy. So if he comes to my home again, the judge told me, Dad, I know you have a licensed gun. It's for protection of yourself and your property. If this guy comes there again, kill him. The guy's mother was standing there. The mother's brother was standing there. Me and my wife was also there at the judge's room. The judge warned that boy that if ever ventures into my house, I should kill him. Now you might think the judge did wrong. It's nothing wrong. I have a licensed gun to protect myself and my property. This guy has come to pull the camera, attempting to come to my house. You know what happened? The mother and the mother's brother told the judge that they're going to send the boy to North. Today, the boy will not be in a Fugazi anymore. And I thought they were kidding. The next day, both the mother and the mother's brother and that boy vanished from a Fugazi. Sometime now, it's about 3 years or so now. He's no more here. I'm sure they've taken him to North. And he knows that if he comes, I will kill him. I show him my gun too. Now, as a lawyer, my case is not unique. How many people have licensed guns? How many people can do what I did? How many people have cameras in their houses that protect them? Even where there's a camera, a thief will find a way to destroy the camera and come to steal from you. You know, all I'm talking about is not necessarily hearsay. I have personal experiences too. You know, in all my houses, there are cameras everywhere, but people still attempt. They still attempt. And imagine those who don't have cameras and guns to protect themselves. It is too rampant now. But people who are responsible to take care of us, they refuse to take care of us. I see some policemen on duty at night. If you are listening to me, you study this, what I'm going to say. In Kumasi here, or in every city in Ghana, where you see 2, 3, or 4 police officers standing at the intersection directing traffic, you will see that 2 or 3 of them are on the phone. The cell phones on their ears, talking and smiling. And instead of guiding the traffic, seeing that everything moves smoothly, they don't care. Because no discipline in the system. They have been sent to this intersection to direct traffic, to make sure everything moves smoothly. People don't care. They just go there with their phones. And imagine the regional commander tells them, don't ever go to duty with your phone. The commander will be transferred from here. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Oh man, you know, we are destroying ourselves. And we should find a time to break it down, to stop all this nuisance, you know. There should be discipline in the system. There must be discipline. In fact, there are rules and regulations. The Constitution states clearly what you should do, what you should not do. The legislations, all laws, even local laws, There's a law even covering littering. If you throw a plastic bag, you drinking water, throw it anywhere, it's against the law. It is in the written law. You cannot litter everything everywhere. No. But because nobody gives a damn, people do whatever they do. No punishment. In my house of figures, every morning I come in front of this road to pick up plastics that people have thrown. They bought it and started using it, and when they get to my place, it's finished, they just drop it there. Every morning I clear plastics. Kumasi too, I clear plastics every morning. What is wrong with us? Why can't we discipline people? My dear listeners, you know, sometimes I think I talk too much, but it's not my intention to talk uselessly, you know. It's crazy. What is happening now is so crazy that anybody who has a chance to talk about it should talk about it. I've been given a chance to talk about it, that's why I'm talking about it. The people who make laws don't respect laws. The people who make laws don't respect laws. Like what I cited with this current parliament. Parliament makes laws. The parliamentarians don't respect law. We have law enforcement agencies all over the places because the makers of the law don't respect the laws. All those below don't respect the laws because they know that if you don't respect the laws, no punishment is going to happen to you. Akufo-Addo is a typical example. He does not respect the laws. He does anything to show off. Just yesterday, I got a video of Akufo-Addo's statue that has been made for a hospital, I believe he helped to build. And he's showing his statue image with a smile. That is all he wants. Promotion of personality. Akufo-Addo, yeah, Minam Ginahono. And I can assure him that that statue will not last long. The Sani Nkrumah, they know all the statue of Nkrumah and Busha and others were destroyed. His too will go. He went there to unveil, took the cloth off to show that that's me, Akufo-Addo, there. I want you to remember me all the time. We will remember you as the worst president ever. The worst ever. It's terrible, terrible. You know, we got to do something. We really got to do something because the law makers don't respect the laws. Those below also don't respect the laws because they know that if they disrespect it, nothing will happen to them. Lawlessness everywhere, every corner. Just put your eye everywhere. Lawlessness everywhere. Complete anarchy. Anarchy. I think we need a good leader or good leaders who have a conscience of the populace, the public. The concept of public is completely out in African communities or black communities. They don't think of the public when they get power. And it's so shameful. So shameful that we think we are part of a human race. Go to other racial groups. You see there's discipline. We are the only type of racial people who don't discipline ourselves. We just do things anyhow we want. And I think if you're really looking for a perfect human being and you include black person, making a terrible mistake. Yeah, I'm going to end here. So the last thing I want you guys to know is that we must bear in mind that we are not here alone. I keep saying this. We are not in this world alone. Whether your village, your town, your city, your country, you are not here alone. You have to obey rules and regulations. If you see that you're doing something that will hurt your neighbor, please stop doing it. You're not here alone. We are all here together. We must respect each other and stop causing mess. Let us be humans, black people. One of those things which is happening now, it never used to be about 3-5 years ago. When you're driving in any city, you see a group of kids, children, about 3 years to about 7 years, walking alongside the road. As soon as you stop, the kids come touching the car and begging for money. I believe these kids are not from Ghana here. This is what I'm told. I'm not sure if it is true or not. Imagine a 3-year-old or 5-year-old kid wearing no shoes. Sometimes you see them wearing something covering their private part and begging for money or food. It is too common now in Kumasi, along Crowfrom Road, Abreport Junction, even Accra, everywhere. You see a woman sitting under a tree with about 4 or 5 kids. And as soon as the car stops, the kids run to the cars and they stretch their hand begging for food, doing this. This never used to be the case. There have been beggars all over the years, but this type of people begging, and most of them can't even speak local language, meaning that it's possible they are from the neighboring countries. In fact, I've been told that someone pays the parents of the kids money, and the kids are given to them for the kids to come to beg for money. And whatever proceeds the kids get, part is kept for the owner of the kids, and the other part is given to the kids' parents. Why all this? Now it's not only the adults who are begging, little babies. What is happening now? What is going on? Please, I'm talking about the police commander, the chief police, what's his name? The head of the police, IGP. I'm begging the IGP to look into these areas. A whole lot of things are happening which are not tradition, or it's not common. It's a new thing that is going on. And I think it is only the police that can prevent that or stop that. If these kids have been taken away, or even one been taken away by the police, the whole place will be empty. The police should do something about it. IGP, please. I know you've been driving. You know what I'm talking about. Let's do something about it. Let's find a way to bring peace and progress. The interesting thing about these cases is that you see that they are normal. They are not sick. I don't think they are sick mentally or physically. You see them healthy, running, eating, doing this. They are healthy. Why are the parents allowing this to go on? What is wrong with us? If a sick person or a deformed boy or girl is coming to beg with only one hand, the other hand is gone, there's some kind of sympathy in that. But personally, I don't give a penny, because anytime you offer a gift to such a beggar, they know very well that if they come tomorrow, they will get money. If they come one day and they don't get a penny, there's no way they will come again. If we can all stop not to give, especially the kids are not sick. They are all perfect human beings who should be in the nursery school or primary school. But for some, I don't know, you can't say economic reasons, For some wicked reasons, the parents allow the kids to come out in the street to beg for food and money. It doesn't make sense. And you, the public person who is listening, let us stop giving. Because you give today, they know if they come tomorrow, they will get. Parents will find a way to nurture the kids in the right way that they will grow to become responsible adults. You know, there's something need to be done. Something need to be done, especially the police. IGP, you know what I'm talking about. You've seen all of this. Instruct your men in the field to take action. You know, just one action will stop a whole lot of them. Please, I'm begging you. Please do something. IGP, please. I'm ending here with this. You know, otherwise I'll be talking. And I think something really need to be done. There's too much anarchy in the whole country that someone should do something. Something should be done to correct the behaviors of people in the country. It's getting out of control. So I'm done. No more.
Me dindi island Owusu-Buensi. Me osuani wa mprice RC Basic Model School. My nensem American. Ya tuni din say, yeah, show. Me church ni ora kekeli metu na onwini nsemi shema. Yeah, show. O man kron Ghana. Sika mpwano man. Aye de asumdue twa wafunuma. Na oduman kuma de odone ntiase atetewo. Aje otata firi omofradu. De oreko mpeninso. Adikanfo a trade amponde mo ahyen abibimanu. Samunne okwane anidaso mma abibrim aman. Asan adrusibio ye show. Yen nananom nom asumdwe abua. Nyatsema ne ayamhyehye ma afoforo. Jije won ho ne soa a eyedru soa. Wade nkabom ko nkudin bre wo moje ani. Deje oman asumdwe si ho ma ntwima. Owia ne anajo. Osuo ne opebre. Menti me ho ase mponu. Wojina pintin gugu asumdwe sunsuo ma nini. Enenso ye sure. Tumi ne ahoden ntina hoda na yemfa nko asamando ebi prutumi nya sika bubo won ho abodimpi ena wo he bisa onuadone asumdwe a afoforo prepeto ho na atena abesinne se wakunkum asiwadwe epe okwambone afaso aprutumi a hunu se asumdwe Odoni biakoye ye abodenden aye nananu hwie wo moje papa bi gui de tomaye eneyi omamba pa adu wo so ye show kwaye munwa achiche wo hwe ye na ayesa kokosechi abusua esan odoni ntiase a wanya ama wo nti adwemienu wo kwaye kronuwa mu Ode odone abutwe huhu won anso titi won achi biakoye na wajididi se biase benkum gwari nifa na nifa agwari benkum se yenum mpo de wasetone kroye hu won se adofo a ene na we ye show afa ne afa nka na interest of wanting sinin fanko togum ne hwiegum ekokwansen krum yatena fititi besinne yachire wiase se ye adikanfo edom nso anisane a oso ntakrache obi arehwe abibimanu akandifo Ghana wuso hu bio fani dine nkabomi wakandifo abambeko na Ghana asumdue gina pintin hwebenkum na hwenifa na hu se ye show medam ase